From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day, this is Dateline Malacañang. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday shared that his administration have already completed more than 50% of its Farm-to-Market Road Network program just 1.5 years since he assumed office. In a video message, the president said around 328.92 kilometers or 51% of the 6-year 131,410.66 kilometer project have been completed in 18 months. President Marcos Jr. assured the public that his administration will continue to work on the completion of the project before his term ends in 2028 and will continue to build better more. Let's listen to the message of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Kasalukuyan kaming nag-workshop para sa mga staff namin para maging maayos ang patakbo ng aking opisina. Habang kami nagtatrabaho, lumabas ang mga ibang at ibang resulta sa mga achievement report, performance report tungkol sa mga iba't ibang sektor na ating ginagawa. Unahin ko yung sa Farm-to-Market Road. I am happy to share significant update sa ating Farm-to-Market Road Network program. Ang ating dapat maging target is 131,410.66 kilometers sa 6 na taon. Maaari ko na mai-report na 51% of that nabuo na natin. We have built 67,328.92 kilometers. Katumbas nito na para tayong pabalik-balik mula Apari hanggang Hulo ng 32 times. Kaya't mahaba-haba po ito. It is a testament to the magnitude of the accomplishment of the government. It is not an initiative only to do with agriculture. It is a connection between all the different communities, but of course, its main purpose is to connect the markets and the producers sa ating mga agricultural sectors lalo. Patuloy naman namin gagawin ito. Mukhang mabubuo naman natin yung ating 131,410 kilometers at nakapag 51% na tayo at patuloy naman natin gagawin ito. So, we will continue to build better more.
Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
In our news, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday was delighted over the Philippine National Police or PNP's report that some 10.4 billion pesos worth of narcotics have been confiscated in 2023 and close to 28,000 villages have been cleared of drugs. In a video message, the president said that they are also monitoring individuals addicted to drugs and assured them that rehabilitation centers are there to help them. The government has implemented the Anti-Drug Abuse Council or ADAX that works in the local level and is being executed in 50 provinces, 1,160 municipalities and 13 cities nationwide. The government's success in the fight against illegal drugs is attributed to President Marcos Jr.'s new approach by focusing on rehabilitation, reintegration, and preventive education programs specifically for the youth. Let's listen to the message of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Isa pang bagay na nais kong i-report sa inyo ay tungkol nga sa yung problema natin sa drugs. Ma-i-report ng PNP na we have successfully confiscated an estimated 10.4 billion pesos worth of illegal drugs in 2023. Masasabi natin na 27,968 na barangay ay nadeklara na drug cleared. Magandang mga progreso ito sa grassroots level. Dahil ang mga barangay, pag nasabi natin ay clear dyan, madali nang i-monitor at maayos na ang patakbo doon. Siyempre, lagi rin natin tinitignan yung rehab, yung prevention na hindi na pumasok yung mga kababayan natin sa masasamang ugali tungkol sa drugs, at kung sino man ang nasubo na ay bibigyan natin ng tulong sa pamamagitan ng mga rehabilitation center. Nakatulong tayo at the local level at nakipag-ugnayan tayo sa 50 provinces, 1,160 municipalities and 30 cities na nag-i-implement ngayon ng Anti-Drug Abuse Council. Nakapaggawa tayo ng 74 inpatient treatment and rehabilitation facilities to provide a path to recovery for those who want to break free from their addiction.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday joined the Catholic faithful in celebrating the Feast of Black Nazarene and urged Filipinos to discover their inner strength and new sense of hope and purpose. In a message, the President said the celebration shows the love and sacrifice of Jesus Christ, who willingly offered himself to make us whole once again. President Marcos also urged the faithful to be reminded of the virtue of embracing one's suffering, for it is during those moments of hardship that one is allowed to undergo renewal and a spiritual transformation. The Philippine Chief Executive also urged the faithful to deepen their connection with God and become instruments of peace, unity, and compassion for the Filipinos and the country. In closing, President Marcos wished everyone a solemn and meaningful commemoration.
Dateline Malacañang.
A Pulse Asia survey on Monday reported that the trust and approval ratings of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. increased in December 2023. In its December 3 to 7, 2023 poll, 68% of the respondents approved of President Marcos Jr.'s performance, up by 3 points from the 65% rating the president received in September of 2023. The chief executive also got a 2% rise in trust ratings, garnering a 73% rating compared to the 71% rating in September last year. Meanwhile, Vice President Sara Duterte also saw an improvement in her approval and trust ratings. The Vice President got 74% in her approval rating, a 1-point increase from her 73% rating from September 2023. Vice President Duterte got a higher trust score of 78% in December compared to the 75% in September. Pulse Asia said President Marcos's disapproval rating was only 9%, while 22% of the respondents were undecided. For the Vice President, 18% were uncertain, while 8% disapproved of her performance. Among other notables, Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri's approval rating dropped 1% from his 50% September rating to 49% this December. The Senate President's trust rating, however, went up by 2 percentage points to 51% from the 49% he got in September 2023. Meanwhile, House Speaker Martin Romualdez got lower scores on both of his approval and trust ratings. The House Speaker's approval and trust ratings went down to 41% and 40% respectively in December, a 2% decline from both of his ratings in September last year. The survey was conducted on Filipino representatives 18 years old and above using face-to-face interviews. It has a plus-minus 2.8% error margin at the 95% confidence level.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, assured the public that the military, along with other government agencies, is focused on the safety and security of the millions of devotees that will be participating at the Traslacion. This was assured by AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Bronner Jr. in his message on the celebration of the Feast of Black Nazarene. According to General Bronner, that the AFP will enforce a safe and orderly observance of Jesus Christ sacrificing and offering his life. At the same time, the AFP chief called on the faithful to refrain from disorderly conduct while all are earnestly praying. General Bronner is hoping that the occasion will serve as an inspiration that will unite the country.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippines Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE, on Monday said that it is optimistic that the country's employment figures would continue to improve. Labor Secretary Bienvenido Laguesma said this can be attributed to the strong collaboration of various stakeholders and the investment pledges from President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s overseas trips. The DOLE chief said that the Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, is currently identifying investment pledges and commitments, particularly in the power and renewable energy sectors, that would be implemented in the soonest possible time. Secretary Laguesma added that the government sees this happening during the first quarter of the year. Laguesma said that they also see the manufacturing sector as well as the information technology and business process management, or IT BPM industry, that would be growing this year, which means that better opportunities will be available to job seekers. According to the DTI, the manufacturing sector alone is seen to generate 200,000 jobs. The labor chief said they are closely working with the DTI to ensure that there is adequate manpower for companies that would invest in these industries.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippines Commission on Population and Development, or CPD, have already alerted the concerned government agencies with regards to the possibility that the United Nations will declare the Philippines as an aging population by the year 2030. This means that by the year 2030, there will be more elder people than the younger generation or the workforce. Population and Development Undersecretary Lisa Bersales said that by 2030, Filipinos 60 years old and above will comprise 7% of the country's population. Bersales said that even though the country will continue to increase its population, they already see a slowdown on the number of the population in the country. One reason is the recent COVID-19 pandemic. Undersecretary Bersales said that at the end of 2023, the projected population of the Philippines has gone down to 112 million, 3 million lower than the projected population of 115 million before the COVID-19 pandemic. The Philippine Statistics Authority, or PSA, in the 2015 census projected by the end of 2023 through early 2024, the Philippine population will be at 115 million. Bersales said that was before COVID-19, and there were changes in the behavior of women during and after the pandemic.
Dateline Malacañang.
Indonesian President Joko Widodo on Tuesday arrived in the Philippines for a 3-day official visit. The Indonesian president is scheduled to meet President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Wednesday, January 10th. Earlier, the Presidential Communications Office, or PCO, said the President of the Republic of Indonesia will be conducting an official visit to the Philippines from the 9th to the 11th of January. The PCO said that the meeting between the Philippine President and President Widodo on the 10th of January will mostly focus on the progress of Philippines-Indonesia relations after the state visit of President Marcos Jr. to Indonesia in September of 2022. It added that President Marcos Jr. and the Indonesian President are expected to reaffirm their commitment to deepening and expanding Philippines-Indonesia ties. The Philippines and Indonesia will celebrate their 75th anniversary of formal diplomatic relations in November this year. Diplomatic ties between the Philippines and Indonesia were formally established on November 24, 1949. Meanwhile, Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi is also visiting the country on the January 9th to attend the ministerial meeting of the 7th Philippines-Indonesia Joint Commission for Bilateral Cooperation, or JCBC, in Manila. Marsudi will co-chair with Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo to discuss regional issues and ways to take the two nations' bilateral cooperation to a higher level. Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA spokesperson Maria Teresita Daza said the two ministers would review the accomplishments of the two nations, collaboration initiatives, exchange views on issues of mutual interest, and consider plans for enhancing cooperation. The upcoming ministerial meeting follows the senior officials meeting of the 7th GCBC, which was convened via virtual format in April 2022.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, we would like to invite everyone to come and visit our Facebook page and Radyo Pilipinas World Service. You will be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Win Peñano. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.